What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to get into Garrett Wilson saving the season, ? We'll get into that. And Will McDonald's also on his way to being a star in this league. Very good things for the New York Jets. Look, guys, I'm still not over the Garrett Wilson catch. And which one? The first touchdown was pretty sick, too. Two one-handed touchdown catches in a game is fun and really good. So I love to see that, but the Garrett Wilson second touchdown catch where he goes back, snags it with his hand behind him, looking like the Jordan Jumpman, I don't think I've seen anything like that before. Truly, I think it's better, a better actual catch than the Santonio Holmes one in New England. I said that in the post game yesterday or last night. Nothing against the Santonio Holmes one. That one was in a bigger game and in a bigger moment. So if you want to say that that's a better catch because of the moment, okay. Like that, I feel like we're nuancing it a little bit in just terms of actual catches and individual catches. Garrett's, I think, is the best one that I've seen. I think it's right up there with Odell Beckham Jr.'s, honestly. And Odell's was unbelievable. He caught it behind his head, falling down as he was penalized. But Garrett Wilson going across in the back of the end zone and toe tapping for a touchdown. I think I might go Garrett. Garrett might have been the best one that I've seen, which is pretty remarkable. By the way, since being labeled as only a wide receiver 2, he has 472 yards and 4 touchdowns in 5 games. That's a pace of 1,600 yards, which he's not going to hit 1,600 yards this year unless something absolutely ridiculous happens. But through the first 9 games of the year, he's pacing out for, including his slow start, 1,200 yards, 1,252 yards, and 9 touchdowns. To me, that's very clearly a wide receiver 1 season. I think the nuanced it's not even really nuanced, but the conversation of what actually defines a wide receiver 1 is up in the air. To me, my definition is if you're consistently producing multiple 1,100 plus yard seasons and in whatever circumstance you're put in, then you're a wide receiver 1. Some teams, wide receiver 1 is just put in that spot because they don't have anyone better to play there. But I think there's very clearly an elite tier that maybe only 2 to 4 guys are in, and then a tier of just awesome wide receivers. And Garrett is in that awesome wide receiver range, which to me, I think defines him as a wide receiver 1. But can I go as far as saying that he saved the season with this catch for the New York Jets? I can't go there. I'm happy that they won. They're 3-6, but is the season saved? No. I will think the season is saved if they get into the game against the Miami Dolphins and are 6-6. So they have to rattle off 3 more wins before I'm at that point. They have over the next 3 games, they have the Arizona Cardinals on the road, the Indianapolis Colts at home, then they have the bye week, and then they have Seattle coming out of the bye. So they have to win those 3 games and have a 4-game win streak going into the Miami game and back at 500 before I'm saying, all right, maybe they'll have a chance. I just can't get there after 1 win. Once again, I'm happy that they won. I'd rather watch and cover a game that they win than they lose. It hasn't been fun the last 5 weeks. It was a little bit more enjoyable. Is it frustrating that they lost 5 games in a row and may have already put their season too far off the rails? Yeah, it is, and that's not saying that it's not defining that, oh well, now that they won, I'm happy and the reason why I'm happy is because I think their season's saved. It's 2 very different and completely, like I said, different scenarios here. So just let's let it play out. If they get to 6-6, then maybe we'll talk about them getting back on track and talking playoffs. Guys, I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, Lofi. Best nicotine pouches on the market. If you are a nicotine user, I would suggest getting on the Lofi bandwagon. I've been on the Lofi bandwagon for a little over a month now, and I cannot recommend the product enough. My two favorite flavors are the wintergreen and the mint. I do also, though, enjoy the espresso and cinnamon flavor. When I feel a midday slump coming on is usually like when I usually like to toss one in. So let's level up that nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/O'Leary and you could use my promo code O'Leary and get 20% off your first order. Lucy also has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind or don't like the product. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. By the way, Garrett Wilson wasn't the only one who's been written off after a slow start. Quinnen Williams was another name, and I had people in my comments calling him Muhammad Wilkerson after getting paid, which is just wild, absolutely wild. And there's a difference between like legitimate criticism on a player, and I'm not saying that guys like Quinnen Williams, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner are without, are held to the standard where they can't be criticized. That's ridiculous. If they have a poor game or if they do something bad, yeah, they do deserve to be criticized. I was very critical of Garrett Wilson after the Pittsburgh game because he had a ball go right off his chest that was picked off. I was mentioning the Quinnen Williams that he wasn't producing as on the stat sheet his first few weeks of this season. I talked about Breece Hall looking off early in the year. I've talked about even last night that Sauce Gardner, something looks very off with Sauce Gardner. But I think there's a line between being critical and then going over the top and being like, this guy sucks, we got to get him out of here, which there was a lot of those conversations with Garrett and Breece and Quinnen, and now it's still going on with Sauce. And unfortunately, Sauce hasn't gotten back on track. Quinnen, Garrett, and Breece have, which just kind of, I think, shows the reactionary nature to what we do. I try my best to be very measured and take full sample sizes and full, like, broad looks than rather overreacting to a game one way or the other. But I'm glad that Quinnen Williams has gotten back on track because in the game since Buffalo, which is the last 4 weeks, he has 4 sacks, 21 pressures, and 3 tackles for a loss. That's awesome. He has been very, very good and is looking like the all-pro guy that we've seen throughout his career at points. Next, Will McDonald is legit a superstar. He is getting unreal pressure week after week. He had 9 pressures in the game. 9 last night, according to Next Gen Stats. Now, he didn't register a sack, but he did recover a fumble. He has 8 sacks in 9 games. He has been by far the Jets' best pass rusher. And in that game last night, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on the final drive that the Texans had, where they marched down the field and got a field goal, there were probably 3 or 4, if not more, opportunities where they could have called a holding penalty against Will McDonald, or not on Will McDonald, but on the guy who was blocking Will McDonald. So left tackle Laramie Tunsil in that spot. And none of them were called, but he is legitimately becoming a game wrecker. And I know we kind of laughed and joked at the Robert Saleh phone call with him when he was drafted because it was a little awkward. The "hey, game wrecker" on the on the phone was kind of funny, but that's what he's been this year. The year 2 leap for Will McDonald has been very impressive, and they need that kind of pass rusher. And he's been he's been as good as advertised. There was a reason why they took him 15th overall. I was critical of the decision. I didn't want to hold that against Will McDonald, but I didn't think that was the direction they should go at the time. But McDonald has been proving the Jets right with his play so far. And I'm happy. I'd rather be proven wrong on an opinion and the team be good than be proven right on something. I think that should go for everyone. I don't know if it's true for everyone, but I would rather something good happen for my team than me be right on an opinion. But Will McDonald's been stellar. I just got to tip my cap to him because he's been great. Those are 2 of my bigger takeaways, or 3 if you want to include Quinnen Williams from the game last night. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.